Hello, I'm Ray Luna. Welcome to my channel. Today's reading is a September monthly pick-a-card. So we're going to be looking into your September and seeing what you can expect for the month ahead. So for pile number 1, we have the gnome holding corn with an opal mushroom. For pile number 2, we have the gnome holding squash and a rose quartz mushroom. And then for pile number 3, we have the gnome on the pumpkin with a Tigerseye mushroom. So go ahead and pause the video and take your time to pick which gnome, mushroom, and pile is calling out to you the most. And then go to the description and pick on the correlating timestamp to receive your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. For your first set of cards, you have 2 of Swords, 2 of Wands, 9 of Swords, and Ace of Cups. So with the first 2 cards, I can see in September that you're going to have to make a lot of choices that will affect your ability to plan other choices in your life later on. So with the 2 of Swords compared to the 2 of Wands, I feel the 2 of Swords is a little bit more hesitant to make choices on what to do next, whereas the 2 of Wands seems to be more excited and ambitious on what to do next, right? So to be able to be more like the 2 of Wands, you're going to have to make decisions without hesitating and take them head on in September as they come. Don't avoid needing to make choices because it will affect your ability later on, even past September, to make other choices that will improve your life. Like by you not making choices, you're kind of blocking what will come next to you. So make sure this September you can take time to research what you want to do, but don't hesitate on doing it. You need to make a choice. And with this choice comes the ability to further plan ahead with the 2 of Wands and be excited about what you're going to do next. Having things to look forward to that you can build and that can bring you more fulfillment by making these choices without hesitating. And then, as we see with the 9 of Swords, with the 9 of Swords, this can be worries, trouble, anxiety, sometimes like mental health issues or struggling. So in September, I think you're going to be worrying a lot. Maybe that is why you're going to have trouble making decisions and you're going to want to hesitate. But I think with this card appearing, it can be sometimes you're worrying about things that aren't as big of a deal as you think. So it could be there is a lot of drama going on around you in September. There could be a lot of drama going around you, and this is kind of making you feel anxious, stressed, and worried in September. So you should take time for yourself so you can plan and research what you're going to do next, because it seems I just feel really overwhelmed when I see this card. Like you're going to have situations in September that are very overwhelming. Make sure you take time to isolate yourself from whatever drama or situation this card relates to. I think some of it is just over worrying, but it's like you're being affected by the drama in your surroundings, which you might not be able to control. But keep that in mind. If you're affected by outside influences, that's the outside influence, not yourself. It's not your mind, it's what's outside affecting your mind. But after the 9 of Swords, you have the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups talks about fulfillment, new relationships, new beginnings, new starts. So I think you're going to be on track to creating something new for yourself that's more fulfilling. you're going to be able to do something new, something better. I also see that with the Two of Wands, that card, it's kind of like setting out and planning on doing something ambitious and trying to get to the next step. But there's a bit of a block around you in September of hesitating and worrying about making decisions. So just make sure, I'll say it again and again because it keeps coming through, make sure you're not hesitating on any choices you have to make. Take time as much as you can to research and plan on those decisions so you are a little bit less like the Nine of Swords. But I think there could be some dramatic situations around you in September that you can't control, but you should try not to worry about them, because with the Ace of Cups, that is saying if you are doing the work and trying to balance yourself out with everything that's happening, there is a chance for new beginnings, new fulfillment, and things getting better for you. And this is especially mentally, because the Ace of Cups relates to emotions and your emotional state. So it could be too with you're going to have some Nine of Swords moments, but it can easily shift into the Ace of Cups if you try to ground yourself and balance yourself out by trying to think a little bit more clearly about the situations happening around you. So I'm going to put down your next set of cards to see what else you can expect in September. Okay, so for your next set of cards, you have Sacral Chakra, Partnerships and Alliances, Movement, Choices, and Decisions, and Deception and Envy. So with the first card, it's a chakra card. So I feel with this card, you could be blocked here. You could be overwhelmed with emotion or fear in September, not necessarily because you have stuff to be fearful of. I think it's like a mental state, because we saw that with the Nine of Swords. The sword suit talks about things happening mentally a lot of the time. So I think you might have some mental difficulties in September. And with this card appearing, it's telling you you could be overwhelmed by emotions, overwhelmed by fear, but it's kind of a message of telling you that it's okay. You don't have to be overwhelmed. You don't have to be fearful. A lot of this is in your head of how you're perceiving it. Like, you're perceiving it as a greater threat than it is. Whatever situations, I felt kind of drama happening in September. So it's like you can feel your emotions, but don't let them take too much control over you. You need to try to balance your emotions out as much as you can, trying to ground yourself, but don't let fear take a hold of you in September. You will come out fine. It's just trying to prepare you ahead of time, so in September, when something does happen and you're feeling that overwhelming feeling, you can think back on this reading and think, okay, even though this is worrying me, it's troubling me, it's not as big of a deal as I think it will be. So just remember that. And then with partnerships and alliances, it's funny because right next to this card, after that, we have movement, choices, and decisions. So you have a lot of twos, I noticed, in this reading. So any symbolism you see in September of 2, 2, 2, or just 22 or 2, or seeing pairs of 2 of something that's significant to you, this is a sign that you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing, and it's also a sign that in September, this is a synchronicity you're going to be seeing a lot of. And this should also help you when you're worried or overwhelmed. If you see this number, it's another message of trying to calm you down. Like, the universe, your spirit guides are trying to send you this number so that you calm down a little bit in September. But with partnerships and alliances, next to these two cards, I kind of think of it as you can potentially have the chance to work with someone else in business or work, or creating a project with someone else that can result in making money. It can result in something new. But with the last card, Deception and Envy, well, there's going to be people wanting to partner with you and level up with you, and they have very good intentions. This card is just a warning. Just be careful and evaluate everyone who is trying to do business with you or make financial partnerships or progress with you. Just make sure you do your due diligence with them, because there could be some people around you who are jealous. You might not even know they're jealous, but they might not have the best intention. So this is a card telling you just be careful in business, but you are going to have some people within that same area who are trying to help you. There are people who want to help you. There are people who are your friend coming in September who want to help you make the best decisions that you need to make, and they want to work with you in a partnership or project, and it can result in something very good happening. It could result in something very good happening for you financially. And from the previous cards with the Ace of Cups, I see that card, it talks about new relationships, and then with the partnerships and alliances card appearing here, I think a lot of these new relationships, they're more so in business, school, projects, something like that. So if you are feeling called to do anything related to taking classes, going to workshops related to career, learning about finances, I would suggest you take action on that desire or drive, because I think it could help you find more people who are like-minded to work on your goals. So I'm going to put down the next set of cards to see what else you can expect. Okay, so for these cards, you have Nurture, Take Your Licks, Wholeness, Become All That You Are, and Hunter, Stay with the Process. So for your first card, you can ask yourself in September how you are nurturing yourself and others. Are you providing yourself with all you need to grow, all you need to feel whole? Because with the Wholeness card, this card also talks about nurturing yourself and doing what you need to feel truly you, like doing things to feel in alignment with who you are. Like, are you doing things that are in alignment with your beliefs? Are you doing things that make you feel complete? Are you doing things that make you feel good? So in September, you're going to want to do things that are nurturing yourself, things that are making you feel whole and feel more connected to the world, feel more connected to things that you enjoy. And with the Hunter card, this card talks about being in a process in September of trying to get to something you want, something you need, but you're still in that process. Being a hunter takes time. You're not going to instantly get the kill and have a feast. That takes time, right? So this card talks about that you're going to have to be a little bit more persistent and keep trying, but you're not going to fail. It will just take a little bit more time. And I think with a little bit more time of working on what you're trying to manifest or achieve in your life, you have more time to find out what makes you feel nurtured, what makes you feel whole. The message is really more of a question. Try in September to do what will make you feel more positive and more complete compared to whatever you were previously doing. So I'm going to put down your love, career, and money cards to see what you can expect in those areas specifically. Okay, so you have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So for your love message for September, it's clearing out past love, mistakes, past love, regrets. It's basically wanting you to focus on your present moment and try to release the past so that you can have more loving moments and more love in the future. Also, I didn't feel strong love messages in this reading. It seemed more your personal goals and your finances. So I think this card makes sense based on the other messages coming up. And then for your career and money cards, we have persistence. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Success is just around the corner. Follow through with what you set out to do consistently until you reach your goal. Hard work is required to keep building on your finances. And then mistakes. A past mistake left you financially insecure and unsure what to do. Your current financial situation was your own doing. Accept responsibility for it and learn from your mistakes and let it go. You will get through it. So it's funny how these cards talk about letting go of your mistakes too, but with finances. So I think it's a possibility in September you're going to have your past related to all different areas of your life come up. That could be why you're worrying too. But I would try not to dwell on those past regrets because there's nothing you can do about the past. You can only use the present that you have now to change your future to prevent those same mistakes from happening again, right? So with money, it's saying to keep holding on, be persistent, keep on working, keep doing what you're doing. I especially see this with if you are getting in a partnership with business, because that kept coming up, or working with people related to business. I think even if you experience difficulties with it, it will pay off in the long run. It's something that will financially reward you, but it is hard work. You will have to do hard work to get that financial reward, but you are well equipped and prepared to do so because of the mistakes you made in your past. You now know what to look for now so it doesn't happen again. And I would also like to say with the mistake card, if you have made financial mistakes, it's not something to worry about, as this is part of your life journey where your finances can fluctuate. You could be poor one day, rich one day, and then poor again. Just because if you made a mistake financially, there is time to change that, and things quickly can change in relation to finances. So I feel with the persistence card appearing with the mistakes card, you're going to have a chance to rectify any past mistakes you had with finances and business. So I'm going to put down your self-care card so you can see what self-care could be beneficial for you in September. Okay, so you have deep breathing and chanting. So these are activities you can do in September that will help guide you on your path to more positive outcomes and helping to balance you out in September. So with deep breathing and chanting, both of these activities are very relaxing, but within your reading, a lot of the messages, they had that overwhelming, overthinking, some fear in there, right? So with these activities, it makes sense why they came through, because they're very calming. They're meant to help you get through September and help ground you so you can handle September and get through it, right? So anytime you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious, you can focus on deep breathing, meditation, or again, just listening to your own breathing as you breathe can help calm you down and ground you in the present moment. So you know you're there, you're not in your head, you're physically here, and it can help center you and give you the ability to do what you need to do and kind of bring you back down to earth instead of in your head worrying. And with chanting works the same way. Sometimes using your voice to say affirmations or looking up chants on YouTube, even if you don't 100% understand them, or maybe you never did chanting before. Chanting works because it kind of helps calm you down. It's giving you an activity to do that's from you, and you're putting energy and your intention out there when you do chanting. So it can be really empowering and helpful when you have downtime to do chanting. There's different chants for different intentions. Some are for prosperity, some are for healing. So if you look that up and look into that more, this could be something that will help you balance your emotions out in September. So that was what you can expect for September. I hope you like your reading. If you do, please like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the reading or what resonated with you. And I hope to see you in another reading of mine. Bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. So for your first cards, you have Ace of Wands, 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands, and Queen of Wands. So you have all wands. So that's a lot of fiery energy. Wands center around ambition, creativity, independence. So a lot of these attributes of the Wands suit will be present in your September. But with your first card, Ace of Wands, the Ace of Wands can signal having ideas, inspiration, and a chance to act upon them, to improve your life, to take steps to making your goals come true. It basically signals having like a lot of energy and inspiration comes to you in September that will make you want to take action, to make you want to make moves. And I can see though, I feel like you could be overwhelmed by this energy in September a little bit, because with the 5 of Wands, that can signal arguments, conflicts, and with the 10 of Wands next to it, that can be feeling overwhelmed, overburdened, having a lot of responsibilities. So I think even though you have this ambition, passion, and fiery drive in September, you could be have a little bit of difficulty with it, and maybe you'll butt heads with some people in September because you have so much energy and so much drive, but maybe not everyone will see eye to eye with you, and that could lead to potentially having some arguments, some difficulties, but I don't think this is anything major. It's just something to look out for in September. I think with the 10 of Wands and the Queen of Wands next to each other, you are working towards gaining more independence, more freedom for yourself. You're working towards creating your own life path with a lot of hard work, because the 10 of Wands is all about hard work. It's all about having to carry all this weight on your shoulders, which can give you a great future, great blessings, but this is why you'll be overwhelmed, because you're trying to do so much in September that it will be difficult for you. And I think even though you're making progress, this could lead you to have difficulties with other people because the 5 of Wands appears. So just be careful in September when you're working on all of your goals and ambitions with such, passion and energy. Maybe be careful when you're talking to other people or communicating, so it prevents having fights or unnecessary arguments or disagreements, but you can still speak what's on your mind. It's just telling you, just watch that out, be careful a little bit. But I think overall you're having great energy in September because you're going to be working on being independent and being able to take care of yourself more, and you're having the passion, drive, energy, and feeling inspired enough to take action. And this is the beginning stages of it, because the Wands is still a little bit more mental, but it's not as mental as the Sword suit. So you are going to be taking action on it, but part of what you want to do is still going to be mentally based in September. But you're on the right path and should try to keep this fiery energy going for all of September. So I'm going to put down your next set of cards to see what other messages are coming in for you for your September. Okay, and with these cards we have discontent and boredom, destiny, wisdom, and spiritual strength. So with the first card appearing, I feel in a previous period before September, you maybe had some type of stagnation or boredom or dissatisfaction with what was going on around you. So I feel that is why in September you're having this burst of fiery energy to do things, and you're feeling inspired to take action, mentally and then physical action, because of the previous boredom. It's like that boredom is, or stagnation, dissatisfaction, it is what was needed to kind of get you to kick yourself into gear and feel motivated to change things. And next to that card we have destiny, so that relates to the Wheel of Fortune in the traditional decks. So it's like you are taking it into your own hands to change your destiny, to change your fate, but it's also part of your fate for this to happen, so you can go on to this next cycle of life where you are being more ambitious, fiery, strong, independent. You're moving out of that other state because of that state. You know what I mean? You had to go from step one. You have to start at step one to get to step two, step three. But I feel after you're in a period of being bored or not being happy with what's going on, you're really wanting to change that. You're feeling like that spark of inspiration to do stuff, and that will change your destiny to something better. I feel that you learned the lessons you needed to move on to the next stage of your life. With wisdom, this card relates to the Hierophant in the traditional deck, and then with spiritual strength, I feel September is going to have a lot of spiritual moments for you, a lot of spiritual lessons, a lot of spiritual growth. And because of this spiritual growth and foundation you're building, it's going to make moving on to your next phase of life easier, because you'll have all this knowledge to draw upon to help you with future problems, to help you with future issues. You're going to be able to see things because of everything you learned. You're going to feel more confident to do things. You're going to feel, you're going to just feel more assured in yourself to take this action, because you don't want to be where you were and you want things to change, and you learned that you can change your destiny. You can take steps to make things different. And September, you're going to be doing this all throughout September, and you're going to have opportunities to kind of prove to yourself you've done the work you needed to do, you learned the lessons you needed to, and now you can continue to grow spiritually, and you can continue to become in, you can continue to better your life and go to another stage where you feel happier than where you previously were stagnated. Okay, so I'm going to put down your next set of cards to see what other messages are coming through for you. Okay, so with these cards we have self-confidence, stand your ground, family, all in the pride, and courage, reach for the stars. So with the first card, in September, you're definitely building up your confidence to a level that I think it will be the highest it's ever been in September. I feel that you learned everything you needed to from your past, and that's why you're able to build this confidence now. You're recognizing what self-depreciating thoughts you have about yourself or behaviors, and I think you're changing that to be more confident and believe in yourself. And it's also, with this card, it's telling you to be proud of yourself and think about what makes you unique, what makes you different, and reflect on how that has helped you in your life and how it has made your life better to be you with your unique skill set and your unique personality and, your unique you. What about that is good? Think about that in September. Try to reflect on that in September. And then with family and courage, with the courage card, it's talking about you're building up that self-confidence so you can be courageous to make moves, make action that lets you move past any fear you have. So even if you're fearful, you're going to have the courage to make those choices and decisions you need to make. You're going to take that action you need to get to the next point in your life, to reach your goals, to fulfill your ambitions. You're going to be doing that in September. It's that saying, if you reach for the moon and you miss, you'll still be amongst the stars. But for you, it's like, I feel like you're going to reach for the moon and land on the moon, I think you can achieve bigger things than you think, and you're learning that in September based on what has previously happened to you and what patterns you recognized. And then with the family card, I think it's possible that maybe your relationship with your family, you'll have moments to reflect on that in September and how that affected your behaviors. It's possible with this card appearing, even if you don't have a negative relationship with your family, it's possible growing up or being around your family, you learned behaviors that were discouraging to yourself, or maybe your family didn't encourage risk as much, or they wanted you to live a certain way that they thought was best. So it is possible you have some fear stemming in relation to your family relationship. So that's something you should think about in September. How are your behaviors and thoughts related to your family and how you grew up, or just how your relationships are with your family members? But I think you're making a lot of progress in September with your ability to be true to who you are, not care what people think, and achieve what you want. So that is always great, and it's nice to see progress being made compared to what it felt your past situation was based on the cards. So I'm going to put down your love message and career and money messages to see what specific messages are coming through for you in September around those areas. So for your first card, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. With this card, it could be that you could have a past relationship come up in September, like past people you used to be with, and there's a potential for you to reconnect with people you had past relationships with in September. If you're already in a relationship and there's a little bit of problems, this is a sign that you should take time and effort to work on the relationship more and improve it. Of course, if it's a healthy relationship and, basically dedicating time to a relationship that is already in your life related to love is what the message is for you in September. But with your money and career cards, you have perfection, Give up your perfectionism. It's causing delays in your finances. You will never get ahead if you don't overcome the fear of failure. You are enough and have what it takes to improve your finances. And then you have planner. Pay attention to detail and create a plan to grow your business or personal finances. Careers in event planning, project manager, or professional organizer could be for you. This is a great time to take a financial inventory and see what needs changing. So with perfection and planner, I think this is telling you for September that you need to possibly write down a list or do some type of planning around what you want to do to move past your perfectionism you might have. Your perfectionism is delaying you from doing more. And I also think this is why your confidence will improve, is that you're learning how to do things in a way that's healthier without being perfect, so you can still do them. So for instance, with me filming these readings, I learned instead of being a perfectionist, I just need to record and put it out there. Otherwise, the video will never get out. You know what I mean? So I think that's a message for you with planning, is that maybe if you plan what you're going to do a little bit ahead of time, you'll feel more prepared and you will practice less perfectionist behaviors, and it'll make things easy for you in September. But I'm going to put down your self-care cards. With these cards, you can see what activities might help you feel in a better mental state in September. Okay, so you have connect with crystals and intuition. So for the first card in September, it might be helpful for you to pick a favorite crystal of yours, or a crystal that has a metaphysical meaning that connects with you and what you're currently experiencing. So for instance, with the gnome you picked, there's the mushroom that is made out of rose quartz. So let's say you felt drawn to rose quartz. Rose quartz represents love with yourself, love in other relationships, self-love. So it could be these are messages that you're resonating with at the time. So you could go to a crystal shop and buy a rose quartz, or you just sit with yourself and think about the affirmations related to rose quartz, so you can put yourself in a better mind space. And this could also help you with confidence as well, because it seems you're building a lot of confidence in September. So it's possible if you have a stone that represents building confidence, you can carry that with you to help you in your journey of building confidence. And having a physical item like a crystal, it helps bring your positive thoughts more in reality, because you get to put those mental thoughts on something that's real, something that's tangible. It can kind of help you feel like you're making more progress and not just thinking about something, even though we sometimes have to do mental work to get that progress, if that makes sense. And then with intuition, I feel with intuition, you're being called to do activities that connect you with your own intuition. That could be meditation, any type of spiritual work, which that was picked up a lot in the reading with a couple of the cards. So you could also be working with crystals as part of your spiritual journey, and you're doing more with them, like meditating with them, stuff like that. But anything you're doing that's working on your intuition, this month will be good for you. And I feel with the intuition card, it's kind of guiding you to listen to your own voice, speak your truth, and do what you're being called to do this month, as that's going to help you more than anything. So that was your September reading for what you can expect for the month ahead. Let me know what you thought about your reading in the comments. Please like and subscribe if you did like it. And I hope to see you in another video. Bye. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. For your first set of cards, you have 3 of Cups, the World, 4 of Pentacles, and Queen of Swords. So for your September, I can see you being more social, going to a lot of social events, meeting with friends, meeting with family, and maybe even meeting with new people you haven't before, making new friendships. I feel you're gonna feel more called to actually go out and be social, go out and meet with people. You're gonna feel more of a desire to do that this September. I feel one reason why that could be is things seem to be improving for you in September with the World and the 4 of Pentacles. I feel like you're gonna be gaining more stability financially, and more stability financially can lead to more emotional stability because you're not as worried about your finances or, your place to stay, what you're going to do. So I can see your finances improving for you and that making you feel really good in September because of that stability. And then with the World, I feel you're going to feel more complete or whole in September. You're going to feel more put together. You're going to feel more balanced and grounded, and you just seem to be in a very good space in September, with every area of your life. Everything kind of feels like complete, whole, improving, or nothing crazy is happening. It's all going good for you, which I like to see. And then with the Queen of Swords, I feel you're going to be more self-assured in September. Because of this stability too, you're going to be thinking more rationally, more logically. You're not going to be having your mind straying too crazily to like over worrying or over complicating a situation because you're like ruminating on it or overthinking about it. No, you're going to be more grounded mentally as well and think of things more clearly. So I'm going to put down your next set of cards to see what else is coming for you in September. Okay, so with these cards, we have moving on, mental conflict, victory and success, and then suffering and silence. So with moving on and mental conflict, I feel in September, you're going to be moving past and healing what resulted from your past mental difficulties, your past mental health issues. You're making a lot of progress in September with your healing and moving on because I feel things are starting to work out for you a bit more, like money, financial wise, maybe socially. You're going to have more opportunities to meet people or have better relationships with the people you already know and are connected with, like more chances to feel more deeper connections with them. So this is helping you move out of that mental fog, that mental struggle, and with victory and success. And then suffering in silence, it's like I feel you're moving out of that state where you don't have to suffer alone anymore. You're going to have more people around you, and part of that is because of things turning around for you, the victory you're having, the achievements you're having, the more stability. All of that is affecting your mental state, which is affecting everything else. Like you're actually feeling motivated to hang out with people. You're actually feeling motivated to do things to increase your finances or maintain them because of these little things are improving, and it makes everything more whole and complete afterwards. Like you don't have to worry as much now, so you're less burdened, you're less tired because things are working out for you more. And I feel previously you had mental difficulties and then suffering in silence. You probably felt alone or don't have a lot of people to talk to or connect with, but that is changing because the other areas of your life are slowly starting to improve. Your victory and success is a result of your previous effort of being persistent and keep trying and trying till something is working out, and that you're going to be seeing the result of that in September. Okay, so I'm going to put down your next set of cards to see what else is coming for you. Okay, and with these cards, we have Pounce, Decide to Act, Aloof, Seek Non-Attachment, and Truth, Let It Show. So with the first card, Pounce, in September, you should feel encouraged to take action, and you should feel encouraged to not be overly attached to anything that's happening. So let's say you apply to a job, you're trying to seek new employment. Do this without worrying. Do this without even thinking about the result. And oftentimes, when you're not so worried about the result or nervous about it, you end up performing better, because it's like you're not overperforming, if that makes sense. Like if you're worried about getting a job you're applying for, when you're interviewing for it, you're going to act a little bit more nervous and worried if something goes wrong. And that will also cloud your ability to answer questions clearly, because you're going to be overthinking it and worrying about how you're performing. So it's basically saying take actions, but take them a little bit more detached. You can still prepare for them, but don't be worried about the result. Assume it just is what it is, and if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. If it's not, it's not, because you're naturally gonna perform better with anything you're trying to act on this month with that behavior. And I think that stability increase will result from you being detached, but also you being detached will give you more stability. They're related in both ways. And then with truth, I feel you're going to be called to be more truthful with yourself in relation to how you express yourself with other people. So you're going to feel more confident showing who you are when talking with other people. Once again, I feel this increase of stability and things working out a little better for you in September. It makes you feel more comfortable revealing yourself to other people. You're not as worried about people judging you in September. You're going to feel more cool, calm, collected. For instance, with the aloof card, it's about being detached. And I believe you had the Queen of Swords. Her energy is also kind of like that, like cool, calm, collected, detached. Not really caring, but it's not in a bad way. It's like protecting yourself and having a belief in yourself and being assured you're doing the right thing. You're doing great. And who you are is, it's the truth. It's real. You're doing what you need to, so you don't have to worry about anything. And in your interactions with people in September, they're going to feel more connected with you because of how truthful you are and the expression of yourself. I feel people are going to be able to connect with you more than ever, because maybe before, because of the mental difficulties you had before, it was hard to connect with people, but because some of that seems to be easing up, you're going to be able to show a side of yourself you haven't been able to previously. So I'm going to put down your love message card and your career and money messages cards down next. Okay, so you have new love. A person has stirred your romantic feelings. So because of the improvements that are happening in September, I feel that you're going to have a chance to meet more friends or your current friends, and then this will give you a chance to meet someone new who you want it to start a relationship with, and they could pursue you with a gift, even though that's one of the money and career cards. I feel like they could give you a gift and ask you out in September, and it will be something good for you to pursue and spend your time with, as it seems all this stuff is improving for you. Like I said, all your areas of life, like career, relationships, your own self and how you feel throughout your life. You're having all these little improvements and new beginnings in each of the different areas of your life. So with new love, I feel the social connections and your new feeling of wanting to put yourself out there more with friends and new people or your current friends is going to give you this chance to meet someone that you really connect with and want to pursue a relationship with. So watch out for that in September. And then with gift, we have someone might give you a gift, lend you money, or help you in some way. You could get a cash bonus at work. You have natural talents, gifts, and abilities just waiting to be discovered. Explore them. And then you have money manager. This card could indicate your career or finances could take a giant leap forward. Consider careers in money management, banking, accounting, or anything in finance. You can expect a happy outcome when it comes to your finances. So with these two cards, it could be related to the stability card, or not the stability card, but the Four of Pentacles. With receiving more money, you're going to be able to do more of what you want. You can give gifts to other people. You can give a gift to yourself. You can treat yourself more. I also can see this as a kind of like a metaphorical meaning, like you're having the gift of more money, the gift of stability. In September, you're having more being given to you financially so you can do all this other stuff and improve all these other areas of your life because you're going to have more time to invest in them. And then with money manager, I feel you're really paying attention to your finances more in September. Like maybe you're writing down how much money you have or what you want to eventually invest in. If you don't have enough money to do that, you're trying to plan to improve your finances and trying to understand where you are financially. I feel you're going to be moving into a mindset that's more concerned with your finances because now you're finally starting to have money to do financial stuff with, like saving or investing. You know, you're actually going to be able to do that now with your finances improving in September. I also can see this as if you get a gift of money, you could actually go to a bank and speak to someone who's like a financial advisor, or, you know, like the card says, a money manager of some kind. And it's possible they can end up turning that small amount of money into a lot more. That's something I can see for probably a smaller amount of people, but that's another message I think of with these two cards. So I'm going to put down your self-care cards. These cards are going to represent what you can do for activities in September that could help you feel better or make progress on what to do next. Okay, so you have clear your energy field and positive affirmation. So in September, you want to work on clearing your energy and making sure you're not taking on other people's energies. I feel this card can be appearing because it seems like you're going through all these changes, and whether changes are negative or whether they're positive, they can sometimes be challenging to handle, even if they're good, because it's just something you're not used to. So this is asking you to make time in September to protect your energy, to clear out old energies. You can do that by saging, meditating, or even like, you just take a shower and before you go to bed, you kind of just think, you're just thinking about things you're letting go of and things you're going to focus on the next day. It can be something as simple as that. You don't have to make it super complicated, whatever works for you that helps you feel like you're clearing the old energy out. And positive affirmations can help with this too. If you make a list of affirmations that relate to things you want to bring in your life, for instance, I don't think you're going to have to worry about this with the cards, but if you want to bring in more financial stability, you can make an affirmation talking about that. Anything you want, you can make an affirmation for. You can look them up online too and get examples from other people. You can have affirmations for like a new job, new friends, anything. It's kind of mental work that prepares yourself before it actually happens. Affirmations can also help reverse like negative programming you had. So if people said negative things to you, like you're not intelligent, you're stupid, you're not ever going to go anywhere, doing affirmations, you can reverse that programming by saying, I am intelligent, I am making progress in my life. Like, it can help reverse any negative programming you had by telling yourself the opposite of these negative affirmations people have told you previously. So that might be something you can focus on in September to help you feel in a better space overall. So that was your September reading. I hope you liked it. Please let me know in the comments what you thought about it. And if you did, please like and subscribe. And I hope to see you in another reading. Bye.